Hey everyone, today with us we have Dr. Anup Kanase sir, who is the Director of Dental Cell for the Government of NCT Delhi and State Program Director for the Delhi State National Oral Health Program. Welcome to our program, Medula sir.
Thank you so much.
So my first question to you is, was it always your choice to become an orthodontist?
Well, it has been one of the topmost fields of dentistry, and I was always attracted to the aspects that orthodontics covers, which were normally not being covered in the other specialties. And of course, it was not the only choice, but yes, it was one of the first priorities that I had, and I was lucky enough to get it.
So what were your other choices?
At that time, well, we used to do a lot of restorative work, so conservative dentistry was one of the goals in mind. But definitely, orthodontics was always number one.
So coming to my next question, how was your experience as the Principal Assessor of NABH?
Well, it was a very, very fruitful experience. It was a need of the hour when we entered into it as the first dental college of this country to go for it and also get accredited. There was a lot of lacunae in the entire framework, and we are right now the number one dental college of our country, and it took us almost 4 years at that time to get accreditation because of the various problems that were there in the program itself. So we did pioneering work, made the dental standards for our country. I was a lead assessor at that time and also became a principal assessor. So it was a learning curve, and it has benefited a lot, I feel, because it has led to development of dental standards for the NABH in our country, and also developing an entire panel and workforce for the same.
So what inspired you to become a teacher?
Well, it was maybe because of my teachers. When I was taught by the topmost teachers or professors of the two institutes which I have had been lucky enough to do my graduation from Maulana Azad and masters from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So maybe because of that, I also thought that element which we try to think is very difficult needs somebody to put hard efforts, and that maybe inspired me. And again, I would say that I was lucky enough to get a faculty position to start off my teaching career, and then of course after that there was no looking back.
So your undergraduation was your starting point.
Yes, my undergraduation was the starting point.
So do you think India has more opportunities for a dentist than any other country in the world?
Well, yes, definitely, why not? Our country is one of the fastest growing economies of this world, and we see that dentistry has huge potential. We see so much amount of dental tourism coming into our country. To get into that aspect and not look at the other unfortunate drawbacks that they are facing right now. And India has huge potential as far as dentistry is concerned.
So you have been in the field of dentistry for more than 25 years. So what's that one important principle that you would stick to no matter what?
Well, definitely I would prescribe to certain fundamentals that we should all follow. Hard work, smart work is definitely important, and whatever are the principles which are based on truth and reality, they will always withstand any weather, any storm, as long as you have taken an experience on the path of truth and the correct path. See, like all medical fields, dentistry also is a clinical field where not all factors are predictable. So, if you have taken the right approach, tried to your best to do the right thing, even if you fail, convincing your patient, or if you are subject to any kind of disciplinary action from anybody, if you had not taken the right approach itself, the honest approach, then your stand becomes very shaky. So I personally feel that when you have done the thing the right way, the honest way, the way it should be done, then you are, even if you fail for whatever reasons, your defense is very solid that you tried for the best. Success and failure are all same pillars, they are pillars of our life. So we should try the right approach always. That's what I personally have believed all these years.
So coming to my last question, what's your advice to dental students who want to set up their clinical practice?
Well, I personally feel that dentistry, the way it is evolving every day and changing, I would tell the youngsters not to get discouraged by the initial part of practice, which is always a little bit frustrating. It's time consuming to get once established in the market, and everybody wants to have a name and fame very fast nowadays. So I would personally tell them that have patience, stick to the standards that you were taught about, and to the goals that are the reality of life. One should, and in today's scenario, after what we have all seen in COVID that the world has changed around. So many things which we all thought were unthinkable have happened in the last 2 years. So to just think constantly in one direction is not the right approach. That is at least one thing which we all have seen with COVID, that the world has turned more than 360 degrees in the last 2 years. So anything can happen anytime. So one should be patient for the youngsters, follow the path that they were taught, and of course have faith in Almighty that you would get what you have been striving for, what you deserve, and also that is the right way in life.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming today and giving us this interview.
Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you.